For most people, jersey numbers may not mean anything, but for athletes, that's the kind of thing that represents them from a young age till they reach the NBA. So there is undoubtedly a strong emotional connection between a player and his number. So today we're going to honor 10 players that are all great basketball players, and they've all wore number 1 in their jerseys. So stick around till the end and enjoy the show. Number 10, Gus Williams. Gus Williams, also known as the Wizard, played for the Golden State Warriors, Seattle Supersonics, Atlanta Hawks, and Washington Bullets from 1975 and 1987, and was one of the league's most unstoppable combo guards. Williams managed to attend a few All-Star games at that time, and played a significant role in Seattle's title drive in the 1978-79 season. In games over the course of his career, he averaged 17.1 points, 2.7 rebounds, 5.6 assists, and 2 steals while shooting 46% from the field. Number 9, Chauncey Billups. Billups is one of the most underappreciated playmakers of the last 10 years, and was one of the most crucial players on a Detroit Pistons championship team that didn't have many stars but played with a lot of grit on both sides of the court. With his long arms, Chauncey was a great switch defender who was also deadly in the passing lanes. In his career, Chauncey averaged 15.2 points, 5.4 assists, and 1 steal per game. He also won an NBA championship, the Finals MVP award, 2 All-Defensive teams, and 5 All-Star teams. Number 8, Amar'e Stoudemire. It's pretty difficult to imagine that the Phoenix Suns, who also had Steve Nash as their star player, didn't manage to win the NBA championship, while Amar'e Stoudemire was on the team because he was such a strong rebounder and scorer in his heyday. Because of his effort and rebounding skills, Stat, always the biggest man in the building, was incredibly dominant and difficult to contain. He won the Roy Award, was selected to 6 All-Star games, and was selected to 5 All-NBA teams during the course of his career, averaging 18.9 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 1.2 blocks per game. Number 7, Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry, who had a very sluggish start to his career, has developed into a strong point guard, and his development has been a major factor in the Toronto Raptors' rise to prominence in the Eastern Conference over the past 3 to 4 seasons. Lowry is stronger than most of his opponents, a great facilitator, and a great shooter from beyond the arc. He has averaged 14.4 points, 5.9 assists, and 1.4 steals per game throughout his career, and he has played in 4 All-Star games. Number 6, Chris Bosh. Because Chris Bosh excelled best as the team's third scoring option behind LeBron James and Dwayne Wade, people sometimes forget how much of a two-way beast he was during his Toronto Raptors years, and even with the Miami Heat. With his excellent outside shooting, Bosh was the ideal stretch big man. He was also a fantastic rebounder and defender, and before DeRozan's rise, many Raptors fans even regarded him as the best player in franchise history. Bosh averaged 19.2 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks per game throughout his career, helping him win 2 championships and make it to 11 All-Star games. Number 5, Derrick Rose. It is quite upsetting to see Derrick Rose suffer so much right now, knowing that he was supposed to lead the Chicago Bulls back to the top of the basketball world, and that not too long ago during his Rookie of the Year campaign he launched an offensive attack on the league. Prior to Russell Westbrook, Rose represented him. Fast, athletic, strong, and a great finisher. But for now, he lacks most of it. The 29-year-old has so far earned the Roy and MVP, and 3 All-Star appearances while averaging 19.1 points, 3.6 rebounds, 5.8 assists, and 0.8 steals a contest. Number 4, Nate Archibald. One of the best point guards our sport has ever seen, Nate "Tiny" Archibald was a powerful scorer and player, who with the Boston Celtics ultimately managed to win the NBA championship in the 1980-81 season. Even after averaging 34 points per game for the Kansas City Omaha Kings in 1974, Tiny Archibald, who had career averages of 18.8 points and 7.4 assists per game, made it to 6 All-Star games, won the All-Star MVP award, and led the league in assists for the whole season. Number 3, Penny Hardaway. Even the majority of Orlando Magic supporters agree that Penny Hardaway, not Tracy McGrady, should be honored with the number 1 jersey because of his prodigious scoring and leadership abilities. With his offensive prowess and ability to play at both guard positions as well as the 3, Hardaway was Shaq's ideal wingman. He also had great mobility and a nice touch from the mid-range. He averaged 15.2 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 5 assists per game throughout his career, and he participated in 4 All-Star games. Number 2, Tracy McGrady. As one of the most shrewd and talented defensive players in the annals of the game, Tracy McGrady would still be ruling the NBA today if he were still in the prime of his career. He was a freak of an athlete, a lethal shooter, and a player with such strength and dribbling ability that he was practically unbeatable. He was never even able to lead his club to the NBA Finals due to injuries, but his career statistics of 19.6 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 4.4 assists per game are still quite impressive. The Hall of Famer also won the league's Most Improved Player award, led the league in scoring twice, and appeared in 7 All-Star games. Number 1. Oscar Robertson. The Big O, who was the first player to ever average a triple-double for a whole season, and a point guard who could just load the stat sheet on a nightly basis during his entire career, must also rank as the greatest player to ever don the number 1 jersey. Robertson had career averages of 25.7 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 9.5 assists per game, while also leading the league in assists in 6 separate seasons, winning 1 championship, 1 MVP, and making it to 12 All-Star games with 3 All-Star MVPs. That's it for now. Like and subscribe if you liked the video. See you in the next one.